Here's a way. I want to give you 5 ways, actually, that you can grow closer to Christ in 2026. And they all start with the letter W. So it's really, really easy. The first one is wake up early. Wake up early. A lot of people really push back on this, but that was the way of Jesus. Mark 1:35 says that he got up early and he went out to a place that was solitary, away from all the crowds, and he spent time in prayer. If Jesus knew he needed to have a time of prayer and solitude before the day got started, and that was his normal practice, then how much more should we do that? So set your alarm a little early, wake up a little early, and go to some private place in your house or your apartment and get alone with God. Get on your knees in prayer. And wake up with the first thing you do is you say good morning to God, and you speak to him, and you open up your heart to him right as the day begins. I mean, go get your coffee first if you need to, but you get the idea. And then after you wake up early, then get into the Word. Spend time in God's Word and study. If you don't know what to do, then read one chapter of Proverbs a day for the day of the month that it is. So we're getting ready to come up on January 1st and read one chapter of Proverbs a day. Go to YouVersion and get a really cool Bible study that they do, and they usually have a devotional and then some corresponding reading, but get into the Word. So wake up early, get into the Word. And then 3 is get a journal and write down those things that are really meaningful to you. I have a little journal that I use just for time when I'm in the Word. And sometimes I'm writing down verses I want to memorize. Sometimes I'm writing down things that really impressed me. Sometimes I'm writing down one word and why it meant something to me, and then I write about that. But just kind of write out what's really important to you. And I think that will really help you as you kind of think about the Word, right? You can go back and look at the things that really meant something to you. Date it, right? Put a date on it. And then that way you can remember, on this date, I really felt the need to write down this word or this this passage, and focus on the context of the passage or whatever it may be. So wake up early, get in the Word, write, in a journal, and then spend time in worship. Worship God. And that could be reading through Psalms, and that could be reading a psalm in worship to God. It could be listening to worship music. But just spend time worshiping him. Because all of this that you're doing, you're starting your day before you get on the internet, before you get on the news, before you get on social media, before you get into your email, before you start work. All of this is setting your day on the right path. It's setting your heart on the right path towards God, so that you're starting your day with the right perspective right out of the gate. And by worshiping God, you're putting him on his rightful place, and it's reminding you who he is and his power and his authority in your life. So wake up early, get into the Word, write down what really impresses you, worship, and then the last thing is work out your salvation. That's the last one. Take what you've learned that day and put it into practice in the course of the day, right? If you've learned something about maybe the tongue, being careful with your mouth, and maybe not speaking everything that comes to mind, or gossip, then you can apply that. If it has something to do with enemies, and you think, gosh, I should remember that I need to really be good to my enemies, and by doing so, I'm actually going to heap burning coals on their head, word says, but it's going to be convicting to them if you're good to them. And so whatever it may be, just put it into practice. And so there's your 5 things. They're really simple things, but they will help you grow closer to Jesus. And as you do this every day, you'll want to do it longer and longer and longer. You might start and it's 15 minutes. Pretty soon, it'll be 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Before you know it, it'll be 45 minutes, an hour. You're in the Word. You're waking up early. You're in the Word. You're writing. You're worshiping. And then, of course, you put everything you've learned into practice. You work out your salvation. God bless you. Have a great start to the new year. I will too. Let's go out there and walk faithfully with Jesus. There's another W. Just like Enoch walked with God, let's walk faithfully with Jesus. And I will see you next week.